ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this. This right here is a brand new episode of 10 years ago. We haven't done one of these for the longest time. Tonight we're going to look at Royal Rumble 2002. Now normally you know me, I'd give you the buy rate and the crowd and all of that. Tonight we're not going to do that because this show was significant on many levels. For example, this show is significant because of the return to Triple H to pay-per-view. That was big and all good and everything, but that, I don't know. That's not the point that I want to start this video with. This pay-per-view, was significant for people over here in Angleterre because, to the outrage of many, this show was the first show that we had to pay for. Now, this may seem like the most ridiculous thing to my American viewers, but over here in Britain, from the moment that the WWF started putting on pay-per-views over, and they're being available on Sky Sports over here in England, they were free. As long as you had Sky Sports, you got them for free. They had advert breaks in, but that was about it. This show marked a significant change from that. From this moment on, every couple of shows, you have to pay for. So you have to pay for this one and you have to pay for WrestleMania, and it went on like that to the point where nowadays only about 4 or 5 of the shows are available for free on Sky Sports. The rest of them are available on Sky Box Office. There was outrage at the time, if you can believe that. I remember being so mad, so furious. How dare they? But of course, on reflection, 10 years later, you think to yourself, well, how the hell did Vince not think of doing this sooner? You know, because believe it or not, there's quite a big a big amount of people over here in England who watch, in the United Kingdom, who watch wrestling, and they were watching these shows on Sky Sports and were getting them for free. And of course, Vince must have been looking at it going, I must be a fucking idiot. So of course he started charging for them. It's only surely a matter of time until TNA start doing the same. At the moment, TNA pay-per-views are free for us on Challenge TV, and they are interspersed with the most ridiculous amount of advert breaks. You wouldn't believe how many advert breaks are in there. Of course, the person putting the advert breaks in is an idiot and puts me mid-match sometimes. Makes it very difficult to watch. I expect that to happen anytime soon. So yeah, this was a significant show. This was the first one we had to pay for. Not a happy chappy. Anyway, let's get on with this. What we're going to do is I'm going to go through the undercard. There's 6 matches on this show. I'm going to go through the first 3 matches pretty quickly, just because the Royal Rumble match is so bloody long. 1 hour and 9 minutes the Rumble match goes. You probably noticed the camera quality has gone down a little bit. What I've done is I've gone back onto my old N95 to film this one. Basically, my N8 is a 12 megapixel HD camera and it's fucking marvellous, but it has this one huge drawback, and that is that filming in HD uses so much memory. That video I did the other night, the quick question one, was 4 minutes long, yeah? It was 400 megabytes. And it's like, and that was with the HD turned off. That was just to see how long it'd be. So if I'm out in the wilds, filming something out there, that will be recorded in HD. Me talking to you now doesn't really need to be in HD, does it? It doesn't make that much difference. It's just what the size of the screen being bigger, really. So anyway, let's get on with this one. So the opening contest was Spike Dudley and Tazz defeating Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley, aka the Dudley Boys, in a match to retain the tag team titles. This one was just an alright match. 2 things leap out of the mind for this one is, first one is an obvious one, I'm sorry, but the Dudley Boys had Stacy Keibler with them at the time, and god damn, I'd actually somehow managed to forget, maybe it's just that I haven't seen her for a while, I've managed to forget just how fucking beautiful that woman really was, or slash is. She's still a damn hot girl. Gosh, look at that, a couple of minutes in and I'm already too hot. Come on. Window open. It's the middle of fucking winter, I'm too hot, can you believe that? Second one, it's weird watching this one knowing that in the middle of the invasion, Tazz was getting, just destroyed by Austin in the alliance. It's hard to see and look at him now being pushed as a tag team champion. Anyway, this match was a meh match. It was, well, let me tell you, this was a generic tag team match. You could have seen this on Raw. There was nothing special about it. Spike Dudley plays the classic face in peril, tagged in Tazz. Tazz suplexes everything in sight and gets the win with the Tazz mission on Devon. Whoop-de-fucking-do. 1.5 stars. Next was William Regal defeating Edge to win the Intercontinental Championship. This was an okay match, better than the first one. The thing was, I'm watching this on one of the, on a new video, and what I mean by that is it's got the WWE logo and all the WWF logos are blurred out. And of course, I don't know if you ever noticed, but Edge's theme music isn't the Rob Zombie one. He just uses old school music. The thing is, because they've got the commentators at ringside calling it, you can still hear Rob Zombie's music a little bit over it. That sounds so bizarre. You've got basically both his music playing at the same time. This is a back and forth match. It starts off nice and you've got some really good mat wrestling and all that, and then Regal puts on a bloody chin lock and you're just like, oh right, and the crowd just go, not interested whatsoever. They trade some nice suplexes. Regal hits a really weird looking, like a one-arm German suplex kind of throw where Edge does a full 180 in midair and comes down his face. That's a nice little move. Anyway, they exchange Regal stretches, which is also a nice little thing. Regal wins with the power of the punch. He uses the brass knuckles to get the win. The match is alright. It's a match that you could have seen on Raw. That's the problem with it. They don't step up the game really much for being a pay-per-view match. Third match is Trish Stratus defeating Jazz in an match to retain the Women's Championship. Jackie, is the guest referee for this one, and I don't know why, because they don't tell you. There's no backstory. Like, it's not like Jazz is interfering in one of Jackie's matches. She just is the guest referee. Match is it's nothing. There's a nice DDT from Jazz's Stratus faction gets the win for Trish. It's a half star because I'm nice. No time for women's wrestling, as you know, at the best of times. But anyway, let's go through the main. That's 3 matches out of the way that were me. Let's go through the main matches. So, in one of those matches that really shouldn't entertain me even half as much as it does, Ric Flair defeats Vince McMahon in a good street fight. So, build-up for this one, honestly, lasts longer than the women's title match did. The build-up package for this match lasts longer than the entire women's match put together. And we get some classic things like, remember Vince coming out on Raw, wearing a wig and one of Ric Flair's robes? That was absolutely hilarious, wasn't it? I really enjoyed that one. So, let's get on with it. Oh, I'm sorry, before I do, Vince McMahon in the build-up for this one talks about how he likes destroying people, how it turns him on destroying people's lives. That's not a thing to admit, even for a heel. That's not right, is it? And you're like, bloody heck. And then the more you think about it, it's like, that's probably actually true, isn't it, as well, for someone like bloody Vince. Anyway, Vince McMahon comes out and he's been at the vitamins, hasn't he? He's fucking huge. Jesus, he's big. Anyway, after a headlock by Vince, so he can show off his guns, he puts them in the headlock. Look at my massive arms, sort of things. They exchange blows in the corner. Flair does the corner flip, then gets hit with a sign, which does he does a manly blade job. That's Flair. He always does, but it's a good one. Vince gets a trash can, then steals a camera from Beth Flair, who is Ric Flair's wife. Beth Flair and the Flair family are on the outside. Vince gets Flair and takes a photo of them, which is a very heelish thing, but a very funny thing to do at the same time. Back in the ring, Vince works the leg, including whacking the leg into the ring post, and he puts on a figure 4. Not only does he put on a figure 4, he puts it on perfectly. Good work, Vince. That's really nice. I like that. He goes to use a pipe, but Flair goes low, and then on the outside, gets a monitor to bust Vince open with another nice manly blade job. And then, in front of Ric Flair's family, he gets Vince and starts biting the cut. And you're like, one, that's not exactly a great example to set to your kids. And two, that's your wife. Why would your wife be going, oh, it's such a romantic, isn't he? You're like, no, you surely she's not thinking that. I told you, thinking, fuck off. Why are you biting the cut? Just get him in the ring and pin him. Anyway, Beth loves it though, that's the thing. The point is that Beth is sat there with a huge grin on her face, so she is sat there going, oh, he's so romantic. Inside a pipe shot and a figure 4 get the win for Flair. It's overbooked to hell, it really is, but God, I don't know why I find this match so entertaining. I think there's something about Vince McMahon getting hit in the bollocks especially that is really entertaining for me, and him getting hit by any sort of weapon is brilliant. But yeah, it's the best match of the night so far, if you can believe that. 2.5 stars, I've really enjoyed that one. Oh dear me. I did Ben. No, I didn't do it. But Vince goes to use a pipe, but Flair goes low, then uses the monitor. I'm talking bollocks there. Anyway, next, Chris Jericho defeating The Rock in a great match to retain the WWF Undisputed Championship. These two had a classic at No Mercy. It bothers me that I never got a chance to review it, but you know why, wasn't doing vids at the time. So, Rock starts with a Samoan drop for 2 and then a spear by Rock and some ground and pound. What are you doing there, Rock? Why have you never done that before? Jericho eats post, but then hits a hot shot and takes control with a leg lariat and a suplex. He removes a turnbuckle pad and tries for the walls, but Rock counters. Jericho continues on the offense, with a missile dropkick for 2. Then, does a bloody chin lock. Crowd, you can feel them going, don't care. I understand why they do the chin lock, but god damn, it's such a stupid, horrible song. Rock fights Feast, Jericho goes up top. Rock hits the ropes to knock him down and hits a superplex. Rock hits a belly-to-belly suplex, but Jericho comes back with a bulldog and a pair of lion salts. Can you believe that doesn't get the win? Only gets 2, so Jericho has a shoving match with the referee, then goes up top to try another dropkick, but gets caught, enabling Rock to put on the Scorpion King Deathlock. Lance Storm and Christian come out to distract the referee as Jericho is tapping out. They get owned by The Rock, but he walks into a Jericho bottom. That only gets 2. Jericho elbows countered until Y2J being thrown to the outside. Rock preps the outer table, and Rock bottoms. He preps both tables. Rock bottoms Jericho from one table to the other. That's a nice little spot. Inside, though, that only gets 2. Because it takes them forever to get back in the ring. That's the type of spot that's never going to win them. It looks great, but it's never going to win them the match, is it? Just because of how long it takes to get back into the ring. Anyway, he tries rock bottom again, but it gets countered into the walls. Rock gets to the ropes. Jericho tries again, but Rock counters for 2. Literally, as he's going for the walls, he rolls him up into a small package. That's nice. Ref gets bumped as Jericho uses it. So Jericho goes outside, gets one of his belts, because he's got 2, remember. Use that on the Rock. Nick Patrick comes out, but Rock kicks out. Rock with a DDT, but Patrick won't count it. So a Rock bomb for Patrick. Spinebuster with Jericho. People's elbow. Cover. There's no ref, because you did the Rock bottom on the ref. You damn fool. Jericho goes low, then rams Rock's head into that exposed turnbuckle that I mentioned ages ago. Rolls up Rock, complete with the heelish style of legs on the ropes. It's all good, so gets the win at 18 minutes and 41 seconds. I obviously could live without that match, but bearing in mind that Jericho's a heel at the moment, it's all good. I really do wish that other people would have been quite as selfless as Rock was with Jericho. You know, Rock made Jericho. Rock was always trying to make Jericho in this. He was trying to do the right thing, you know. Of course, at the end of the day, the flip side of that is Jericho needing a screw job finish to get the win here, and a screw finish to beat Austin at No Way Out, and then of course he just loses clean to Triple H. So yeah, what can you say? 4 and what for giving this one? 4.25 stars. I really enjoyed it. Probably would have been 4.5 without that finish. You know, you can say that it was overbooked again because of the run-ins and, you know, like they say, exposed turnbuckle and the ref bump. Because there was 2. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. And lastly, this will probably be like the bulk of this video. In fact, I'm going to take a swig of pop just before we get onto the Royal Rumble match itself. Bygone. So this one, I think I've got 4 pages of notes for 1, 2, 4 pages of notes. So get comfy. I'll try my hardest to do the same. So Rikishi is number 1. The returning Goldust is number 2. They go at it for a bit. Nothing really happens as such. Bossman, yay, woo, Bossman is number 3. Nothing happens. If I say in this video or for this match, someone comes out and then that someone else comes out, it means that nothing of note has happened whatsoever between the people coming out. So Bradshaw is number 4. He does what Bradshaw does, essentially. You know what I mean by that. Bradshaw, go back and watch Bradshaw matches from before he was JBL. He would get a big pop when he came out and then get no reaction for anything else that he did apart from the clothesline from hell, which is exactly what he does here. You know, he would batter someone to silence, because that's what... it's something I always noticed about the APA. They get a massive pop when they came out and then that was it. There was nothing else after that. Anyway, Bossman gets a stink face, then a super kick to eliminate him. Bradshaw powerbombs Goldust. Lance Storm is number 5. Nothing really happens. So Al Snow is number 6. See what I mean? Bradshaw hits an evil clothesline from hell on Lance Storm, and then Bradshaw tries to chuck him out. Lance Storm goes low. oh, god damn, here comes Billy Gunn, the one Billy Gunn, in full Billy and Chuck attire by this point, of course. He's number 7. He hits a big boot from Bradshaw. Storm and Snow go at it on the apron with Snow until Snow knocks Storm off. That's hard to say, isn't it? Storm knocks... No, it's not at all. Some jobber called The Undertaker comes out. He's number 8. He takes out Billy, Snow, Goldust and Rikishi. You need to point out before I go on that Billy had eliminated Bradshaw before they got on. Yes, Undertaker tosses out everybody. Matt Hardy is number 9. He's made up with Lita, obviously. He was having a fight with Jeff Hardy at Vengeance, and Lita was the guest referee. But since then, everything's all good apparently. All the problems with forgetting what happened on TV between pay-per-views, I suppose. Matt Hardy comes out, got Lita with him, kisses Lita, charges to the ring, starts going at it with Undertaker. Basically walks into a choke. And then Lita's like, oh, I'll help you out, comes off the top, walks into another choke, but they stop him, going, would you believe it? Jeff Hardy is number 10. Because basically Undertaker's got, he's got Matt ready to eliminate him on the ropes. Jeff Hardy comes out and saves him, and then look, the Jeff brothers. There's my first one, come on, be fair. The Hardy Boys are all, everything's all good in Hardy. In fact, it seems like it's all good for Team Extreme once again. But they hit a Twisted Fate and a Swanton, but Taker catches the poetry in motion, dumps Jeff, and then wedgie bombs Matt and launches him out. You know what's coming next, ladies and gentlemen, as Maven is number 11. He comes out, the look on Taker's face is, what the fuck are you? But something significant happens because the Hardy Boys start attacking Undertaker, leaving him vulnerable. So eventually Taker gets him away. He's standing on the ropes and Maven hits something. And I'm sure you know what's coming here. Say it loud, say it proud. He hits the Taker eliminating dropkick of doom. Taker's face is absolutely priceless. He's like, what the fuck? The crowd are going absolutely ballistic. Maven looks like this. Because he knows what's coming next. It's one of those bits of sports entertainment / wrestling. It's just absolutely perfect. Taker, as you can imagine, goes ballistic. He gets a chair, demolishes Maven with it, with an evil chair shot. And of this entire pay-per-view, one man is allowed to blade, and that is Maven. He does the manly blade job on the outside. Scotty Too Hot, he comes out. He's number 12. Undertaker sort of sees him dancing down the aisle, just goes up to him, knocks him down, goes back to working on Maven, drags him off up to one of the concession stands, gets these things with glass, gets his head and goes BAM! Straight through it. And then in one of those little comedy moments that I absolutely love, grabs some of the popcorn, munches it, and that's the last you see of either man. Absolutely superb moment. And it's one of those moments that I'd almost forgotten, because I haven't seen this show. I forgot to mention this at the start. I haven't seen this show since the night it was broadcast. Promise you that. So it's like, I'd almost forgotten that. Anyway, Christian is number 13. He sits on the ropes because he's got no one to fight. Scotty Too Hot, he gets in, gets a reverse DDT, and that's about it, really. He gets reverse DDTs. He doesn't get a reverse DDT. Now I've lost my place. DP is 14. He goes after Christian, hitting a diamond cut on him. Scotty then super kicks DP through the ropes and hits a worm. Then DP chucks him out. Speaking of which, Chuck, you like what I did there, is number 15. No reaction from him whatsoever. He and DDP slug out. Godfather is 16. He has, count them, 12 women with him. Does it in a funny way though. Comes out with 4 women. Then goes, oh, goes to the back and brings out another 4. Then goes, oh, wait. Goes to the back. Another 4 women. Comes out with 12 girls. So they all start dancing. Lovely. Crowd are loving it. Absolutely eating it up for a guy that they couldn't give a flying fuck about during the Attitude Era. Or for a couple of years earlier when he's actually in the Fed. But they're all loving it. In fact, he spends so long with his bitch getting his bitches, and we don't see DDP get eliminated and have to see a replay of it later on. Lovely. Albert is 17. She tries to take on everyone, but everyone teams up on him and eliminates him. Godfather tries to train Christian and Chuck, but misses, so they team together to eliminate him. The crowd don't like that one bit. Why was the Godfather for this one night only so over? Remember what I said a couple of years ago? If for one night someone can be over big time. It happened last year, didn't it, with Kevin Nash? Something I predicted months before. I need to point that out. Kevin Nash was so over that one night. Did you see how unover he was at the TLC pay-per-view? Perry Saturn, woohoo, is 18. He gets no reaction at all. And he's got little tiny tights on that have got a cow print pattern on. And you're just like, well, that's a bit strange, isn't it? You know, not weird at all, is it? Ooh, we've only got a page and a half to go. He hits a nice suplex on Chuck. Stone Cold Steve Austin is 19. And guess what happened here? Yes, that's right. He eliminates Christian. He hits a stunner on Perry Saturn. He eliminates Chuck. He eliminates Saturn. He then goes under the ropes, put Christian back in the ring, stunners him, and then eliminates him. Repeat as necessary with Chuck. An absolutely fantastic little thing to kill. At the end of the day, he's got to kill some time, hasn't he? Because he's looking at his watch, he's saying what? It's all good. Who's next? Val Venus is next, looking ripped as you can get. And believe it or not, Val Venus has allowed offense on Austin. They go back and forth. And then Test is 21. He doesn't last very long. Austin eliminates him and then eliminates Val. Triple H is number 22. He gets a big pop. It's not like the pop that he got at Madison Square Garden on Raw when he came back, but it's still big nonetheless. He goes, this is one of those bits I love about this Royal Rumble, I really do. Goes at it with Austin. They got it. Hurricane is number 23. He comes in, tries to do a double chokeslam on both of them. Triple H and Austin, just look at each other with it. Eliminate Hurricane, then go back to whacking each other. Farouk is number 24. Similar thing happens. Hunter and Austin stop fighting with each other for a second, eliminate Farouk, and then start going back at it again. Absolutely brilliant. Mr. Perfect is 25. He gets a big pop. He stands on the aprons, on the ramp, sort of looking around going, yeah, man, I've missed this. This is the big time. Funny moment later, a few minutes later, Triple H and Austin are trying to eliminate Perfect, still doing the same thing. Perfect's got time to spit his gum and swat it out. I love that. That is fucking brilliant. Kurt Angle is 26. He goes at it with Triple H, and Perfect goes at it with Austin. You know, two little brawls going on. Big Slow is 27. He chokeslams for Perfect, then a chokeslam for Triple H, as Kane is 28. This is one of those things, I didn't see this coming. He squares off with Big Slow. They start having a little thing where it looks like they're going to chokeslam each other. Kane picks up Big Slow and dumps him over the ropes. And you're just like, Jesus Christ, where did that come from? Really, really good little moment. Huge pop for that as well. Stunner for Kane, then Angle that gets him like an Angle slam position and dumps him over the ropes. RVD is number 29. Hits a 5-star frog splash on Angle, who'd been knocked down. Then owns everyone with kicks and a rolling thunder for Austin. And then eats a vicious pedigree from Triple H, and that's pretty much all she wrote. Booker T is number 30. As Angle gets perfect plex by Perfect. Obviously, Booker, the first thing he does is dump RVD, does a spin-a-rooney, then gets stunned out of the ring. He gets stunned and bounces over the ropes. Absolutely fantastic. The final four in this Royal Rumble are Stone Cold, Triple H, Kurt Angle, and Mr. Perfect in the final four. Can you believe that? Angle slam for Hunter. Rolling Germans for Austin, but a low blow stops it after 3 of those. Kurt, because that doesn't sound weird, does it? Try to eliminate Austin, but fail. Slugfest, and Austin tries to take out Mr. Perfect's Angle. Carmage comes up behind them, dumps out Austin. Crowd don't like that one bit. Even more pissed off is Austin, who gets a chair, takes out Perfect, takes out Angle, takes out Triple H. Fantastic. Then leaves. That's a great way of doing it, isn't it? If you're going to be eliminated, you might as well do it that way. You might as well get revenge on everyone in the ring as you're going to leave. One thing I'm amazed about that, bearing in mind what I said a moment ago, Triple H doesn't blade off a chair shot. Come on, he's got fucking tracing paper fucking skin, for God's sake. How does he not blade? Perfect plex for Angle, but then Triple H eliminates him. So the final 2 are Angle and Hunter. Belly-to-belly suplex for Hunter. They tease elimination, then Hunter chokes Angle, which he sort of launched at him. It looks like he's going to chokeslam him. Clothesline him, but he grabs a choke and puts him down, starts choking him on the ground. Angle tosses Hunter, but Hunter's feet don't touch the floor. Angle in the middle of the ring starts celebrating. Next thing you know, he's been eliminated by Triple H, and Triple H is the 2002 Royal Rumble winner and is going to WrestleMania. It was predictable as they come. Obviously, everyone knew that Triple H was going to win. There was no way. You didn't buy this show to think, I wonder if Austin's going to win. You knew that Triple H was going to win this match. As Royal Rumbles go, this was pretty good, and I'm happy to give it 3.5 stars easily. It's an interesting show, this one, ladies and gentlemen. The undercard, those first 3 matches, you can probably tell by how blasé I was towards reviewing them and giving them any thoughts, that there was nothing really to them. There was 3 matches that you could have seen on Raw. Maybe if there'd been Raw main events, especially, not the women's match, obviously, but the other 2, you may have got more interest, but These were second hour of Raw matches that were just like meh. The top three, though, as I said before, Vince versus Flair was surprisingly entertaining. Rock versus Jericho, I absolutely loved. And this Rumble, you can't complain about it. Yeah, there was some dead spots and there was a bit of silliness, but there was some seriously memorable moments in it. So I've got no problem, ladies and gentlemen, giving this show a 7 out of 10. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been 10 years ago, and I, of course, have been Mark P. If you'd like to see some more of these while I'm unemployed, I might as fucking well, I don't know. If I can get a job sorted, though, I'll come back and I'll do WrestleMania 18. How's that sound? I would love to know your thoughts down here. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you very much for watching, and good night!